Hello, it's Dawn here, and today I'm going to show you how to do what I'm going to call magic masking. Now you might have seen this on another channel or from another designer. This is not an original idea, or well, not of mine anyway. But I'm going to show you how I do it, and I've already stamped and coloured my image. It's not about making a card, it's about this specific design and this specific technique. So we're just going to pop the card out of the way for a minute, and I'm going to show you how I made my mask. Now this is just an ordinary embroidery hoop, and I popped it down onto a piece of paper, drew around it with an ordinary pencil, and then I used my scissors to cut it out. And when you've done that, and the reason it's got blue on it is because I had to try it out first, and you pop it out like that, and you're left with a hole in the middle basically, and that is your mask. So I am going to bring my card in, I'm going to pop it in to the centre of the screen so that you can see it, which is always a good idea. And I'm going to mask off. The reason I'm calling it a magic mask is because I'm going to mask part of this card off. And I've got two tones of blue ink, and I've got a very expensive blender. Well, actually it's not, it's a bit of sponge that I cut off of the scouring pad, but don't tell anyone. And so what I'm going to do, I was going to tape this down. If you wanted to, you could tape this down with a bit of washi tape, but I'm not going to do that because I forgot to get my washi tape out. So we'll just hold it, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the lightest one first, the lightest blue first, and I'm just going to take a little on my sponge, like that, and I'm going to just hold mine and hope to goodness it doesn't move. And what we're going to do is just very gently come off of the edge of the card, like that, or the edge of the mask. If it moves, just gently nudge it back into place, and we might have to do this a few times. And we're just going to come off of the edge of the card first, off of the edge of the mask first I should say, and onto our card. And we're going to do this all the way around. So again, I'm just going to take a little more ink. I might even swap hands so that I can do the other side. So swap from one hand to the other. So it doesn't really matter whether you're right-handed or left-handed. You can do this with both hands quite easily. You're not doing anything precision. It's not as if we're drawing or painting. All we're really doing is blending. And we're going to keep on doing that, like that, all the way round. And then I'm going to move that out of the way, and I'm going to do exactly the same. Hopefully I won't move my mask. And I'm going to do exactly the same with a darker blue. So here we go again. So we hold it on like that. And just very lightly this time, even lighter than before, because we don't want it to obliterate. And so this is going to be even quicker. So you can see if the mask moves because it gives a type of ghosting, so you just put it back so it doesn't ghost anymore. And you just go all the way around. That's all I'm going to do actually, in one or two moves. Maybe a bit more. And we're going to do that. I'm not going to take it any further because I don't want to obliterate my image. So we'll get the ink and the sponge out of the way. Now this is why we call it magic masking, because when you take your mask off, you get that effect. And I was blown away when I first saw this. I saw it done a little differently. The person that was doing it made it, well, maybe it's because I'm stupid, but they made it look a lot more complicated than I thought it needed to be. And just to finish it off, I have got some little embellishments that I have die cut, just ready. And I'm going to put at the bottom, I'm going to use my red runner tape, of course. It wouldn't be one of my projects without a red runner tape, now would it? So I am going to put the word joy down there, like that. And if it doesn't sit completely flat, it doesn't really matter. But we can always, if we're worried, we can always lift it. Or if we're really bothered, we can glue it. But I didn't trust myself not to make a mess with glue, so that's why I didn't. And I'm just going to put a bit there. And we're going to put... Now these are actually snowflake dies, but I cut them in silvery glitter cards, so I suppose they could be stars. And I'm going to just put one there, and I'm probably going to call that finished. We don't really need too much. I might mess about with it later on, but I doubt it. I quite like that, because what we really want to do is focus on this beautiful masking technique, and I think that looks absolutely fantastic. And there's one final extra, which I wasn't going to do, and if I can find a pen quickly, oh there we go. Now whether this pen works is a bit of a risk. Let's just have a look on a piece of scrap paper. It does, excellent. What we can do, this was totally unplanned, we could make this into a bauble. So we could take, this is just a silver marker which I found in my little pot on the side of my table, and we could do the little crown. That's what it's called. That bit on top of a bauble is called a crown. So we could just draw that. You could die cut these if you've got them, and so we could turn it into a bauble card. And I did that without even thinking or pre-planning. So there we go. That is our masking technique, our magic masking, and I think that looks fantastic. So you don't need any great skills for that, as you've seen. I've just done it. So I hope you've enjoyed that and found it useful. And tomorrow I'm going to be doing another video for you, and I'm going to show you a different way of doing magic masking. So please do come back and join me for that if you can. And until then, have a great weekend. Stay safe, everybody. Have fun and happy crafting. Bye-bye for now.